the market cap doesn't apply to XRP, then it wouldn't apply to Bitcoin, ETH, and others, meaning their price should be higher, correct? No, I'm not to say that the market cap doesn't apply. It does. It doesn't apply to any crypto that's a network or a protocol, in my opinion. I think that that's an archaic way to look at things that's, good for stocks because all of the shares that are currently being traded on the stock market are available for trade. But most people look at total supply of a crypto, even if there's a portion that's locked up or not circulating or not available for trade, as part of what's available for trade. And so they price the market cap accordingly. I think the correct way to price market cap would really be available supply times the current price. So for XRP, if you look at the total supply, there was originally 100 billion minted. Bitcoin would have 21 million total. There's not 21 million Bitcoin on the market, right? So there's about 20 million Bitcoin that have been minted. You could make more Ethereum at any time. There's no cap on Ethereum. So it's hard to say like what the actual market cap of Ethereum would even be because the total supply is arbitrary. Like you could make more of it at any time. So all that being said, I mean, if you did have a finite amount that is the total circulating supply or the total supply minted, I think that a more appropriate metric for market cap would be available supply. So what's actually being traded, because there's a lot of Bitcoin that's been lost over the years. There's probably 2 million Bitcoin if you want to count Satoshi's Bitcoin as lost, which I don't think it is. I think it'll move. But let's say 1 million Bitcoin, 2 million Bitcoin, never going to move again. They're in wallets that have been dormant for an extended period of time. The person died or lost the keys or something bad happened. So that takes coin out of circulating supply. Anyway, I do not think that traditional market cap applies to crypto using the total supply or the circulating supply of the token. I think if you were to apply it to available supply of the token and current trading price, that would be a more appropriate metric for people. And then, so like if you looked at XRP as an example, people are like, oh, there's 100 billion of them. And if you applied $1,000 XRP to 100 billion, it's it's a $250 market cap. But realistically, the available trading supply might only be 1 billion. And 1 billion times 1,000 would be $1 trillion, and that'd be $1 trillion market cap. People can conceptualize that. There's companies that are already $1 trillion, right? I think that that's a much more realistic way to be able to price these things. And I think people are using the wrong number when they're calculating market cap. Now, again, I don't think that that's even the best way to look at this stuff. I wrote a whole white paper on the liquidity index and the equation that I put together to be able to come to how to grade a token's liquidity. I think that that is a much better metric for a protocol or a network that moves value versus, traditional market cap that you would use for stocks. But if you were going to apply it to these digital assets, again, I would look at available trading supply and not the total supply of the crypto.